Olá, meus amigos, está no ar mais um Cineplay, o último da semana, e a gente vai apresentar aqui mais algumas estreias nos cinemas do Brasil e também vai sugerir dois bons lançamentos em DVD e Blu-ray para você curtir em casa numa boa. Mas começando pelas estreias, uma delas é 3 Dias para Matar, com Kevin Costner, que na verdade foi transferido para essa semana, já era para ter estreado aí há 2 semanas. Ele interpreta um agente da CIA que está com uma doença fatal e quer se aposentar para passar o resto dos dias com sua filha. Aí nesse meio tempo ele descobre que existe um medicamento que pode salvar sua vida e que só conseguirá se executar mais uma missão para a famosa agência secreta. A direção é de McGee, o mesmo de O Resgate. Olha a matéria.
5 minutes from now, this team will save thousands of lives. Good or bad, when you work for the agency, it becomes your whole life.
I was very excited about making 3 Days to Kill because of the opportunity to work with Luc Besson and Kevin Costner.
Why did you leave me and Mom?
There's no easy answer, honey.
And it seemed like a wonderful opportunity to have an action film with a great emotional center.
I just want to spend a little more time with my daughter and my wife.
The story, it is about a man coming to terms with what matters most in his life.
I was gonna ask you to look after Zoe while I go to London for work.
I can handle it.
I need you for one last job.
I'm not in the business anymore.
The Wolf has weapons-grade plutonium. Thousands of lives are at stake.
The charm of the movie is that he is unable to do his job as effectively because he's on a short leash with his daughter, and because it's really important to him to somehow get his life right with her.
Zoe?
I want to make dinner tonight, and I want to make spaghetti sauce, so I need your help.
Just so happens I'm in a meeting here with the real live Italian. He wants to give you a great recipe. Why don't you say hello to my daughter?
Hello, I am Guido.
Who are you?
Ethan, my job is to hunt terrorists. Within 3 days, I will find you.
Ethan is decidedly American, living in Paris.
This character's pretty close to me. I related to him a lot.
He's someone that spent too much time at work.
You're the best agent. We need you.
I don't want to spend the rest of my life killing for you.
He's lost touch with what matters most in life.
He returns out of nowhere. We haven't seen him in years.
So you want me to call you Dad, or should I just call you Ethan?
Amber Heard, who plays the femme fatale role.
Evie is an American girl who's found herself in Paris. She's serving her own needs and desires.
You said there'd be one guy, not 5.
Oops. The most exciting component of the whole film is Haley Steinfeld.
My character, Zoe, lives in Paris with her mom. It's a whole different world.
Connie Nielsen grounds the film by playing the ex-wife Christine.
For me to trust him again, he has to promise me that he will not be working for the CIA.
It's a very complete film. It's not just one thing. It was a joy to work with everybody. That's why filmmaking is so exciting.
A lot of my friends' dads are in sales, and not one of them dresses like you.
I'm gonna need a new suit.
Outra estreia da semana é Paixão Inocente, com Guy Pearce e a bela Felicity Jones. Conta o drama de uma família do interior dos Estados Unidos que vivia feliz e em harmonia até receber em casa uma atraente intercambista britânica que vem para mudar a ordem das coisas e confundir a relação familiar. A direção é de Drake Doremus, que já havia trabalhado com Felicity Jones em Loucamente Apaixonados. Olha a matéria.
Sophie!
Hello, welcome.
Now, Felicity Jones plays an exchange student who comes to live in a married couple's home. Do you like her because she's a great actress? Or is it because her being English brought into the American environment creates a conflict, a tension already?
That's interesting. I mean, for me, the part was just written for her, so we really wanted to create an environment where she, it felt really natural for her. She's so in the moment. She's never a minute ahead or a minute behind. Very few actresses can do what she does.
Keith's your piano teacher.
I play cello. The chair is supposedly opening up, so...
Would you give up teaching then?
Yeah.
Guy Pearce's character, Keith, is very much unfulfilled. Is it just this artistic creativity that hasn't been able to come out of him yet?
Everyone's had to make compromises, and everyone in their life at some point, has to go through that. And I think, the movie's really about two sort of kindred spirits that sort of find each other in this very bizarre way that weren't expecting it. And the idea of sort of understanding a part of you that you've lost is something that is really sexy and really romantic.
My uncle used to say, don't let fear become your profession.
That's good advice.
I really do think that people, when they see the film, will see a side of Guy that they've never seen ever before in anything he's ever done.
Did they play the piano and the cello? Because they faked it so well.
Yeah. Well, Guy spent a lot of time learning the cello and Felicity the piano, and we had some great doubles that came in. But, we, as always, try to make everything feel as truthful as possible.
Does that come from allowing the actors to improvise?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I mean, for me, it's just really about trying to put the onus on the actor to own the moment and to be in the moment truthfully. So a lot of that is, living it from the inside out, and, they really spent a lot of time, to their credit, getting inside of that.
I just don't want to be living a life where I'm not choosing stuff.
You don't seem as young as you actually are.
Do you have a scene in the movie that you're particularly fond of that speaks to you?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, there's about a 6-minute sequence that Guy and Felicity have at this reservoir that's, I think, a really beautiful scene that I'm really proud of. And there's a great amount of improvisation going on there where we just, watching them sort of go off together and us just sort of in the bushes with the camera and them not even knowing where we are at times, where they would just kind of go off and do what they're doing. But they really kind of lost themselves in the moment, and I think that's what the characters do in the film, so we wanted to replicate that with the process of how we shot it.
Right, and that's the scene I remember where the hand in the hair is very
much so.
Loaded with feeling.
The idea of re-energizing yourself and understanding why you're on this planet and how romantic that is and how specific and beautiful that is. But hopefully at the end of the movie, people do feel a sense of passion for what they love to do.
How did you make it feel fresh and original?
It's really a tone poem in many ways. It's really about a feeling. It's about letting a mood wash over you, and that was always the goal, was to try to make something that you could just wallow in and experience for 90 minutes.
Breathe in and out.
E para fechar esse bloco de estreias da semana, vamos mostrar o trailer de O Último Amor de Mr. Morgan, drama sobre um velho professor de literatura solitário que, após a morte da esposa, reencontra a alegria de viver em uma jovem parisiense. Esse filme é protagonizado por Michael Caine e a direção é da alemã Sandra Nettelbeck, a mesma de Simplesmente Marta. Então olha o trailer.
Monsieur. I would like a hammy cheese baguette to go with the pickle on the side.
Je comprends pas, monsieur.
Pourquoi les Américains font toujours comme si dans les autres pays, il fallait que tout le monde parle leur langue? Soyez un peu moins arrogant, hein?
Thank you. Sometimes you meet someone who requires all the love you have to give.
Now speak after me. Je t'aime.
Je t'aime. And if you lose that someone, you think everything else is going to stop too.
Merde, regardez où vous allez!
Ça va, monsieur? Would you maybe like me to walk you home?
It's not far.
I'm a teacher.
So am I.
What do you teach?
Philosophy. And you?
Cha-cha.
Your hair, it's so like my wife's hair.
Well, I hope you like your wife.
I did. She died 3 years, 2 months, and 11 days ago.
What are you doing with my dad?
I'm his friend.
He hasn't told me a word about you.
He hasn't told me a word about you either.
I thought you didn't have anyone. You know, like I don't have anyone.
I'm a lousy father.
Stop acting like you're the only one who lost her.
There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in.
You are the crack in my world.
O Último Amor de Mr. Morgan, fechando esse bloco de estreias da semana. No próximo bloco, vamos sugerir duas belas obras lançadas em DVD e Blu-ray. Quer saber quais? Então não sai daí que o Cineplay já volta. Cineplay de volta com duas excelentes sugestões de DVD e Blu-ray para você levar para casa assistir no fim de semana. São duas obras que inclusive foram indicadas ao Oscar de melhor filme em 2014, então se você não assistiu no cinema, essa é a hora. A primeira sugestão é Nebraska, filmaço em preto e branco sobre um idoso que acredita ter ganhado um prêmio milionário depois de receber uma cartinha publicitária pelo correio, e para não deixar o cara aí sozinho, a família acaba se mobilizando para ir junto com ele até a cidade de Lincoln, em Nebraska, para buscar essa fantasiosa premiação. A direção é de Alexander Payne, o mesmo de Os Descendentes, e as atuações de Bruce Dern e June Squibb estão incríveis. Então olha essa matéria.
This is Woody. He thinks he's won $1 million. We are now authorized to pay $1 million to Woodrow T. Grant, and nobody believes him. They all think it's a sham.
They're just trying to sell you magazines.
I play David. I think that David is frustrated by his father. He's just not amounted to much in his father's eyes.
You can't just drop everything and drive to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, what else you got going on?
I don't think he likes David very much.
Come on, have a beer with your old man. Be somebody.
I never knew the son of a bitch even wanted to be a millionaire. You should have thought about that years ago and worked for it. I play Woody's wife. Everything comes out of her mouth as she's thinking it.
This is Kate Grant. She was once a hometown beauty.
That's Ed Pegram singing. Did you know that he was always trying to get in my bloomers?
Jesus, Mom, was the whole town trying to seduce you?
These boys grow up staring at the rear ends of cows and pigs. It's only natural that a real woman will get them chafing their pants.
Mom.
There's Woody's little sister, Rose. What a whore.
Mom.
No, I liked Rose, but my God, she was a slut.
I play David's brother.
Oh, hey everybody.
Bruce Dern is very entertaining in this role.
It's a fabulous role. I've never been given a role this good in my career.
I'm used to being in movies where I'm naked a lot. I don't ever take my clothes off in this movie, ever. My mom is finally gonna have a movie that I'm in where she can tell her friends to go and see it.
Am I the only sane one in this family?
Honestly, right? Woody didn't win anything. You're a damn liar. Hey.
Every single day you go to work for Alexander Payne, you feel you just might do something that's never been done before.
Shooting anamorphic widescreen and black and white and sort of eliminating all the distractions of colors and textures, you know, it became a very pure sort of visual collaboration, just really about compositions and the landscapes and the faces. And so it was a lot of fun doing this particular project.
Everybody's saying how Woody Grant's a millionaire.
That's no big deal.
No big deal. Jeez.
Tá em Nebraska, belíssima obra indicada a 6 Oscar, agora disponível em DVD e Blu-ray. E para finalizar o programa muito bem finalizado, a nossa segunda e última sugestão de lançamento em DVD e Blu-ray no Cineplay de hoje é ela, belíssima obra dirigida e roteirizada por Spike Jonze, de Quero Ser John Malkovich, e adaptação. A real é que nesse filme o cara se superou, inclusive levou o Oscar de melhor roteiro original em 2014. Não sabe do que se trata? Então imagina um futuro não muito distante, onde as pessoas conversam e até mesmo se apaixonam por seus sistemas operacionais avançados, capazes de se emocionar e interagir de forma praticamente humana. Destaque para a atuação de Joaquin Phoenix, né? E também para a voz de Scarlett Johansson, que interpretou o sistema operacional por qual o personagem dele se apaixona. Então roda a matéria.
Mr. Theodore Twombly,
Welcome to the world's first artificially intelligent operating system. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Are you social or antisocial?
I guess I haven't been social in a while.
How would you describe your relationship with your mother? Thank you. Please wait as your operating system is initiated.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
Theodore's somebody that when we meet him is in a forced, self-imposed isolation. He just doesn't really know who he is anymore. So much of his identity was wrapped up in his marriage and his relationship, and it's something that was so important to him. And when that dissolves, he has this feeling that he's not connected to the world in any way. He can't even connect to his friends, so he feels isolated.
Well, we grew up together. I used to read all of her writing, all through her master's and PhD. And she read every word I ever wrote. We were a big influence on each other. I still find myself having conversations with her in my mind, rehashing old arguments and defending myself against something she said about me.
Samantha, because of her own desire her own appetite for learning about the world and about emotion and about experience, reignites his passion for the world, because he was somebody that was very curious and playful and excited and full of love. She really helps him to find himself again, find the Theodore that he was.
Good morning, Theodore.
Good morning.
You have a meeting in 5 minutes. You want to try getting out of bed?
You're too funny.
Okay, good, I'm funny. I want to learn everything about everything.
I love the way you look at the world.
It's a friendship, yeah. We have in common that we're both at a crossroads, an emotional crossroads, and sort of looking to do things differently, I would say.
Yeah. And it is cool. You were talking about this before, about that seeing a friendship, an unbelievable friendship between a guy and a girl, and how rare that is in films. And
it is, yeah. No innuendo, no overtures, no. Just love.
Earlier I was thinking about how I was annoyed, and this is gonna sound strange, but I was really excited about that. And then I was thinking about the other things I've been feeling, and I caught myself feeling proud of that, proud of having my own feelings about the world, like the times I was worried about you, and things that hurt me, things I want. And then I had this terrible thought. Like, are these feelings even real? Or are they just programming? And that idea really hurts.
The great thing about Spike is nothing's ever done in like a real obvious way, and it's through conversation and through details, and you learn through the brilliant dialogue that he writes where these characters are. And
I've been a fan of Spike's since his music videos. So the opportunity to work with him was obviously very exciting. But then on a script that was so unique and full of these big ideas and this wonderful heart and accessible emotion, it just seemed like, it's the question more like, why wouldn't you do this movie, right? Yeah, like you couldn't possibly find any reason to not do the film. What does a baby computer call its father?
I don't know what.
Data.
It's so quiet, it's starry place.
Can you feel me with you right now?
I've never loved anyone the way I love you.
Me too. Now we know how.
Million miles away.
Tá aí ela, a grande obra de Spike Jonze finalizando o Cineplay de hoje. Lembrando que sábado é dia de Moviola aqui na Playtv. Nosso querido programa de bate-papo sobre cinema, sempre com um tema e um convidado especial. Começa às 5 da tarde, hein? Vê se não esquece. Recado dado, eu vou nessa, então um grande abraço e até logo, galera. Falou!